Most people cannot handle freedom. They are always trying to bind themselves, but only talking, mouthing freedom all the time, because freedom needs courage. Freedom needs a certain madness. They can capture me, they can torture me, they can do so many things, but they cannot invade me. Say, all the boys must learn songs like this, otherwise you can't floor the girls.
Despite being surrounded by so many people, we still lack that feeling of belonging to somebody, being accepted by somebody, being loved by somebody. How should we deal with that discontent and loneliness?
On one level, many questions are aimed towards, how can I be free from this and that? Another level, you are asking, how can I bind myself to something or somebody? You must decide. What is the highest value in your life, freedom or bondage? Please, I would like to hear that word, Oh, freedom! But if you are free, you feel lost. If you go into the mountains and you're totally free, that is, nobody around, nothing around, you just in the empty space of the mountains, you don't feel free, you think you're lost. So to handle freedom, it needs a certain clarity and strength. Most people cannot handle freedom. They are always trying to bind themselves, but only talking, mouthing freedom all the time. If you really set them free, they will suffer immensely. So this is an evolutionary issue. In the sense, human beings are right now like this. A caged bird, if you keep a bird caged for a long period of time and then one day you took off the door of the cage, still the bird won't fly. From inside it'll protest that it's not free, but it'll not fly. Human condition is just that. For all other creatures, nature has drawn two lines within which they have to live and die, and that's what they do. But only for human beings, there's only bottom line, there's no top line, and that's what they're suffering. If their life was also fixed, like every other creature's life, they wouldn't be stressed, they wouldn't be anxious, they wouldn't be struggling how to handle their own intelligence. And that is what you're seeking unknowingly. You may seek it in the form of relationships, you may seek it in the form of profession, you may seek it in the form of nationality, ethnicity, community, God, heaven, hell. All you're trying to do is draw an artificial line which does not exist. Because freedom needs courage. Freedom needs a certain madness. If you're very sane, you cannot be free because you will go between the two lines of logic. To be free, it takes a lot of strength. That if you… First of all, what needs to happen if you want to be free is, do you understand that all human experience has a chemical basis to it? Hello? What you call as joy is one kind of chemistry, misery is another kind of chemistry, stress is one kind of chemistry, anxiety another kind of chemistry, agony one kind of chemistry, ecstasy another kind of chemistry. At least ecstasy, you know it's another kind of chemistry. I hear. So, your experience of life has a chemical basis to it. This is the most superficial way of looking at it. There are other dimensions to it, but for your understanding. Or in other words, what you call as myself right now, you're a chemical soup. The question is only, are you a great soup or a lousy soup? Yes or no? Right now, if you have a chemistry of blissfulness, if you close your eyes, it's fantastic, if you open your eyes, it's fantastic, if somebody is here, it's fantastic, nobody is here, it's very fantastic. Yes or no? But you have a lousy chemistry. If you look at them, if they smile at you, it's nice, not fantastic. If they look at you like this, suddenly it's a problem. If these people are happening just the way you want, your chemistry is reasonably balanced. If they do something that you don't like, boom, it goes somewhere else. So essentially, you have not looked at this mechanism, what is the basis of this, how it functions, how I can make it function at its highest level. Right now, let's say you really blissed out like me. Do you care who is around, who is not around? If they're around, it's fantastic. They're gone, fantastic. Because your experience of life is no more determined by what you have and what you don't have, whether it's people or things or food or this or that, it is not determined by that. Once your way of being is not determined by anything outside of you, then there is no such thing as loneliness. But you will enjoy your aloneness because whether you like it or you don't like it, at this young age, it's a little difficult to understand this, whether you like it or you don't like it, within this body you're always alone, isn't it? Whether you do interaction or intercourse or whatever, still you're alone in this body, yes or no? Hello? If you don't learn how to handle this aloneness, you have not learned anything about life. This is the most beautiful thing. The most beautiful thing about life is, nobody can get here, it's just my space. Yes or no? Isn't this the most beautiful thing? Nobody can invade me. They can capture me, they can torture me, they can do so many things, but they cannot invade me because I have a space which is just my own. Isn't this the most wonderful aspect of your life? Don't suffer that. That is the most beautiful thing. Oh, but you want to pine little romantically and enjoy that, what are those songs, popular songs? Pining for somebody. Without you, I cannot exist.
Most of the songs are that way nowadays.
Sing one song, no? Older ones, older
I'm
ones.
horrible at singing.
Huh?
I'm horrible at singing.
Just tell me the words, I will sing.
I think…
Say it on the microphone.
हम तेरे बिना रह नहीं सकते, तेरे बिना क्या वजूद मेरा।
You saying it to me? Okay, I got it.
Sri Ram is a singer.
Sri Ram, that song, what is he saying?
हम तेरे बिन अब रह नहीं सकते, तेरे बिना क्या वजूद मेरा।
See, all the boys must learn songs like this, otherwise you can't floor the girls. But the girls should understand the guy has a need and he's doing this, it's not really true, but let's enjoy the game right now. Because what we do is just a certain… it's a certain game, life is, because it comes to an end. But the important thing is, how are you within yourself? If you are here in such a way that you are only driven by your needs, you will live a very meager life. But if you can sit here without any need, but you will do whatever is needed, then you will live a magnificent life. It's my wish and my blessing. Every one of you must have a fantastic life. Make it happen for yourself.
It seems like the universal condition these days, especially with young people, is anxiety.
And loneliness.
And loneliness. Let's get to loneliness in a second. Let's start with anxiety, which is something that I relate to. It's something that I have suffered from and dealt with. I've been overwhelmed by it. I've had to learn how to deal with it on a daily basis. What is anxiety? And how can the breath and the consciousness be used to relieve oneself of anxiety?
Anxiety is the intense sensation somewhere between throat and chest and navel, this region, so thorax region. That's when the anxiety. That is triggered by fear, fear of the future, and lack of understanding of one's past and lack of vision of the future. There are 4 ways to see. You have anxiety has not come to you for the first time. You have had it before. And you look back and see, you will feel very foolish being so anxious at that time.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, we can do that all the time. We can look back and be like, God, I was so anxious about, whether this person was going to call me back or not. And then turns out they were sick, and then they called me back and it was all fine. But I spent so much time and energy and worry about this thing. Oh, that's so silly. We're able to let that go.
So if you look at your own thing, that is a big lesson for you to be not so anxious now. You feel so much used to the situation you are in, number 1. Second is you have to see that everything changes. This will change. This too will change. It's not going to be with me forever. Third is invoke the valor inside of you.
Say that again.
Valor inside of you. You say, yeah, I will be able to handle this. So what? The courage and valor.
Valor, yeah.
Invoking the valor inside.
Invoking the valor inside of you. That's beautiful.
That will help you sail over. Anxiety will just evaporate.
How does one find the valor inside of, I imagine people watching right now, and maybe they have some mental health issues and dealing with anxiety, and they're like, I just don't have any valor. That's not who I am. I'm really struggling right now.
All those who get angry can get valor also. Anger is also, a reflection of valor.
Or a gateway to valor. Yes.
Gateway to valor. And then the fourth, if you cannot do this, then 4th point I would say is, know that there is a bigger spirit, the universal consciousness. You may call God, you may call Atman, you may call Paramatman, spirit, the divinity. There is a bigger force that's managing the whole universe. And that is with you, and that's going to guide you. That faith, either through valor or through faith, you can just get over it.
I love that. That's beautiful. Valor or faith.
Give up. We say, when we can't handle something, I give up. You are giving it up,
Give it up.
Give it
Yes,
up.
yeah.
So that whatever is up is going to take care of us. So learn to give up happily, not being frustrated.
I read in another interview with you talking about finding strength in surrender, finding true strength not in willpower, but in surrender. And I relate to that from knowing a little bit about the 12-step program of recovery, where, if you're an alcoholic, let's say you say, I'm powerless over alcohol. I give up. Here's the white flag. You win, alcohol. I surrender. You lay back. But actually, in the doing of that, you find incredible strength where you don't rely on it anymore. You find new ways to kind of give you strength and purpose and focus and to center your life. And it's a strange conundrum. Can that be applied in other ways in a person's life?
Yes, that is giving up. When you feel all the doors are closed, you put your 100% effort and nothing works, and it's paining. Then you say, oh my God, you take care of this.
Hey, did you like that video? Why don't you click on this one? Or maybe watch this one? Or click over here.